welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about Walking Dead, the final season. Is it about completing the story or setting up new stories and spin-offs?
Well, that is a good question, and during the press conferences after San Diego Comic-Con, we got the answer.
We certainly did.
We certainly did. Now, we will read you what they said, and we will let you guys know our thoughts on this and how it could change the series, how the series finale could change the possible future stories of these spin-offs. So the Walking Dead producers confirmed the show would offer closure and a definitive ending despite the multiple sequel series. So we go in, Scott Gimple says, we were going off the assumption that we were continuing to go for a while, and then things changed. I feel that it folded into some plans nicely. It folded into some issues. And Gimple continued, the finale is about completing the Walking Dead story, not setting up spin-offs. There's room for those spin-offs, but full on. The Walking Dead finale concludes the story of this 11 years. We didn't want the spin-offs to get in the way of that satisfaction. They live together, I think, very nicely. It makes sense. I mean, but yeah, I don't know, with Rick and Michonne's series, that was one major question we talked about is, does it change things for the finale? Do we have to get our true ending that we have wanted?
You would have to, because then in the eyes of the fans, you're not completing the story then.
Correct, for Michonne and Rick.
In the eyes of the fans.
If you don't bring them back.
If you don't bring them back for the final episode and do a time skip. And that's what was kind of telling in what he said. He said there's room for that. Mm-hmm. Meaning for all the spinoffs that are planned. There's room for that. And the room is the time skip between where we end season 11C episode 23.
Oh.
And then what we do with 24.
Oh, I see.
And the time frame between 20. I'm assuming there's a time skip.
If they do
what I'm trying to say.
If they do a time skip. If to bring back Rick and Michonne, you got to think however many years it would take for them to get them back.
Well, they don't need to do a time skip because Rick and Michonne are in the current timeline.
They are. They're in the current timeline, yes.
And it would make sense that Michonne could get him back now.
By the time everything else is done.
By the time everything ends.
And you would think that, over this timeline, it could be a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Angela Kang did kind of echo what Scott Gimple said, and she says, I think that's right. I think the goal is that even if there were no spinoffs, I would feel like there is a closure to the show itself. The show itself needs its own ending. But doors are left open, as so often are in life, as they were even in the ending of the comic. Very true. There's always a story that's continuing once the story that you tell on screen has ended. So that's the spirit. I love Angela Kang. She knows how to say things properly.
So that's the Isle of the Dead. That's the Daryl spinoff. Those are the things that she's talking about. Mm-hmm. But what was really key there is what she said, that season 11 will end the show.
Yep. It needs a definitive ending,
and that tells me right there.
You have to.
That's all I needed to hear.
You have to have them back, and I really hope that it does stay. I hope leaks don't come out.
Well, if it's happened already,
it's already been filmed.
It's not leaked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It hasn't been leaked unless somebody decides who was on set to show pictures, to kind of tweet something, little hints down the line as we get closer. But
that's the scary thing is I would imagine it would have been leaked by now.
Oh yeah,
something that important.
Yeah, it was close though, because Andrew Lincoln was in Atlanta. He was around that area, but I think he was there for just, people were like, oh, I think he's just saying, bye to the cast. He was just hanging about for a day or two and then he was out. But he could have filmed an easy scene at the end.
Isn't that going to piss you off more if they didn't?
Yeah.
Like you had him on set saying goodbye to people,
right?
And you couldn't throw him in there,
right? Well, there was no talk of Denai Guerrero being there though. I mean, she stayed under the radar. It was more about Rick because he was, he was in the city taking, I think he took a picture with a fan or two. He was with Norman Reedus, but Denai Guerrero. Maybe she was like, I'm staying under the radar.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing, guys, and that's our huge thing is what we wanted. We want Rick and Michonne. We want that scene of them returning. We say Alexandria because that's the home. We don't want to. I don't really want to see them return to Commonwealth because they have no idea about the Commonwealth where it is. So return to Alexandria. have a nice kind of wide shot of reunions, have Rick see older Judith, meet his son, and then fade to black. And then we'll get the rest of them, what happened in between that time with Rick and Michonne. That's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just scared that we're not going to get it. If you're saying if they're saying we are ending season 11, we are concluding the series. Everyone's story, basically for the series, is concluding. You have to.
I want Rick to return into the current timeline. All right,
we there.
They fade to black. Okay, and then we get
a post-credit scene.
A post-credit screen of of old man Rick rocking in a chair, reading a book to Judith's child.
Yeah. Mirroring the comics, man.
Kind of.
With Carl. Yeah. Mirroring the comics with a different.
Freaking sweet.
That'd be sweet. Yeah. I think they would do a post-credit scene of something
with an older Judith, and then she comes up and grabs the book from Rick or something, and like, oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
I think that would be perfect. They'd have to mirror what they did in the comics a bit. Of course, it's different characters because of, you comic book readers, we know what happened. Everyone else, you may or may not know, but we won't spoil everything. But yeah, they have to do something. And, Daryl's is a continuation. His story is going to end in this season, and then his spinoff is just a different story for him. Same thing with, Isle of the Dead. It's their stories. So everything will come to conclusion in episode 24. There was a rumor. It has not been confirmed by AMC. I was tweeting with some fellow Walking Dead friends on Twitter, and there was, I think it was I can't remember his name, but I think he is a cinematographer for The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's badass.
And he said something that AMC is not going to release the final episode early on AMC Plus, right?
Interesting.
And everyone's on, like, all our Twitter, like, we haven't seen anything like that. Like, if they really announced that early, it would suck, but AMC would be tweeting it. Walking Dead would be it would be everywhere.
I told you this in one of our last videos. If they were smart, confirmed. They wouldn't.
They wouldn't
they
release
would
it early?
Not release it early.
Yeah.
Make everyone watch it like it used to be watched.
Right.
On AMC, live, with commercials, everything, dude.
I think if they do that, guys, there is a Walking Dead kind of a preview special that's going to be coming out before the series starts. Maybe they'll announce something then that they may not do. Because
here's the deal. One of the best things, in my opinion, as a Walking Dead fan back in the day, right, was you'd watch an episode live, and then afterwards you'd watch The Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going, dude. If they don't have a Talking Dead at the end of the show, like there's going to be that event.
Yeah.
There's going to be.
Oh, for
I
sure.
remember the huge event of, was it 7? It was going into the actual lineup. The first episode premiere of the lineup. And they had a huge event outdoors. Prior to the show or after the show.
Yeah. There's a huge event for the finale.
You got to do that.
There's a huge watch party.
So,
and things like that,
think about, like, I would think, I'm not an expert here, but I would think like the ad revenue that they would get from having it live and all of the people wanting to get in on those commercials.
Yeah. For
would
sure.
be just a huge amount.
It would be huge. It would be. I mean, we're not opposed to it. I mean, I
don't care.
I even tweeted to our friends on Twitter because, like, I do all the editing. So I was like, well, it'll be a late night of editing. I don't care if I have to watch it live. We're watching it live, and I'm going to edit it that same night. So
thanks, bro,
to get it out Monday. So, but either way, I think it'd be good because if you release it a week early, I mean, damn. That's a full week of the people who don't have AMC Plus, for the people overseas who don't get AMC Plus at all, and they have to wait until Monday to watch it.
And an episode like that, dude, like that's going to get spoiled. That's going to and like
huge.
You can try everything you can to stay away from it, but that type of event, that final episode, it's going to be plastered everywhere.
Your social media feeds will be filled with snapshots, GIFs,
Yeah.
you know,
Hope you don't have a
video
Hope you don't
clips.
have a open internet at work or browsing capability at work, because as soon as you open up a browser and it's
all the
you know,
articles,
dude,
everywhere.
it's going to be on the front page, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
You think Yahoo's going to have it posted right up on Yahoo?
It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
That's
everywhere,
what I'm
guys.
like, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, yeah, nothing confirmed right now. It's just kind of somebody made a comment, and it of course wasn't confirmed yet. So I'm not.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm not
at
taking
all.
it. I'm not taking it. I'm taking it with a grain of salt right now. But I'm going to wait and see as we get closer. If something will be announced by AMC. It says, okay, we are planning on not releasing it early. You know, we apologize to AMC Plus subscribers. That's why you have it. But we want to make this an event for the decade. This is The Walking Dead. We want everyone to watch it at the same time. It's going to be available 8 p.m. on Sunday. On that Sunday, that's how it is.
100% they do that. I'm telling you right now.
I think it's the best way to do it.
They're going to do it.
I think it's the best way to do it.
That's the Super Bowl of The Walking Dead.
It is. It will. It is. It will be. Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah, it would definitely will be. So, guys, are we excited that this is going to conclude the story? Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
The spinoffs are their own, but
well, ask me.
You guys know our thoughts of what they have to do to conclude this story.
Ask me. That's what I was just going to say. Ask me at the end of the episode if I think that was the right thing to do.
Exactly. If we don't see two characters return at the end of that episode, we will feel very disappointed.
You Game of Thrones this shit.
I know, right?
And I'm going to be pissed.
If we have to watch a Rick and Michonne 6-episode series. Now, there's been a ton of misinformation about this series. At first, they said it's 6 episodes only, but how they're phrasing it is they're starting with 6 episodes,
yeah.
And it could continue on. You cannot tell that story in 6 episodes. Yes, it's 6 hours compared to a movie that's 2.5 hours, but guess what? They were wanting to do 3. You still can't tell that entire story in 6 episodes.
Yeah.
That would be rushed, and I don't want to see Rick and Michonne's conclusion in that spinoff. End it in the main show where it belongs, then you tell those spinoff stories.
Yeah, because you can.
Because now you can.
Yeah,
you can now.
You know, you're not having Daryl's going into Europe, right? So we're not going to get any chance, at least what it appears like, that we're going to get a Daryl and Rick reunion if you don't do it at the end of the show, because he's going to Europe. He's having a spinoff.
Yeah, he's leaving everyone to go to Europe, whatever.
Which makes no sense, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah.
So yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts on the conclusion of The Walking Dead. Do you feel that they definitely should do it as they want to conclude the story? But if they are going to do that, do they need to bring Rick and Michonne back to truly conclude that story, and then we get the rest in the spinoffs how they ever want to do it? Because if we have to watch the conclusion of the spinoffs, I think it's going to be a little disappointing.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, do you think because of the announcement of Rick and Michonne, do you think that CRM storyline has taken a step back or put on the sideline for now?
It's not going to be in the Walking Dead main show at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah. Like, but I think they had that planned.
Oh yeah.
I think they wanted to do that.
Oh, that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They gave us little sprinkles in The Walking Dead. They gave us some pretty decent amount of CRM material in Fear the Walking Dead, and of course, The World Beyond introduced us to a bit more. But their plan was to really go hard on it with the Rick movies.
Exactly.
But now changing it, it's still going to be hard in the spinoff, the Rick and Michonne series.
No doubt. It's just, it seems like it's taken a huge step back. Like,
yeah.
I just think that they maybe had plans to keep it going in the main show, and
I don't think so.
Fold it into there.
There's no room. There's no more room for it.
Well,
unless
now there's not, because they're ending at 11.
Right.
I'm saying if they would have kept it going.
Now, the only thing that I could see CRM popping up in these final 8 episodes, if CRM has any correlation with the Commonwealth at all, if maybe Lance Hornsby has any deals with the Commonwealth, because remember, he sends those peoples away. Remember the guy who the trooper who got locked up? Maybe he sent him to the CRM. We don't know. Maybe there's some kind of deal with the CRM.
Watch a 3-ring logo pop up somewhere in this final episode.
In the Commonwealth somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Or Lance spills the beans on something about, he's like, you have no idea. You think we're big? You have no idea what's out there. Like, he says that, and we're like, yeah, he's got something going on.
He walks into a trailer that's all pristine, like freaking Jada's.
Yeah. His house is all pristine, and he has a radio call to Major General Beale, who we haven't seen yet. Or maybe we'll hear Jadis's voice.
No, she ain't come. She knows. She knows that Alexandria exists.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
You think she knows about Commonwealth?
That's if they have any dealings with them.
Yeah. That's a whole nother video.
It's a whole nother video. Yeah. So let us know, guys, your thoughts on the final season of The Walking Dead. We feel they definitely should bring Rick and Michonne back to fully conclude that story, and then we can do whatever we want in the spin-offs from there. So once again, if you enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, and stay tuned for more videos from us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation. We're up.